Hi, it's Glenn here again, just here with my new controller. As you can see, I did put it in a hard case. I purchased this one from BCF, Boating Camping Fishing, but you can also get them from like Bunnings and stuff like that. They've got pre-foam inserts in them. I'll show you that when we get into it. What I did purchase was the Futaba T10PX. So I end up getting the short manual for it. That's what I purchased there. And I'll show you what I've sort of learnt about it. I don't know 100% about it just yet. I'm still trying to figure it out and play around with it and all that type of thing. But I'll show you what I've learnt and what I sort of want to try to learn more about. It did come with all these extra pieces, bits of pieces, like sort of different sort of size hand grip to fit in if your hands are a little bit, say, smaller, because they've got feels like a bit bigger one on there as it is. You do have like some little screws and some tools just here, and you have these parts here. These parts here is for your steering. So where your steering is located, it's level with the controller, and these here you can actually swap it around, so you can have it medium or you can have it really low, which I really like that option. So at least you've got that type of thing, and you do have a bigger steering wheel as well, where the one left on there is small that came with it. I quite like the small one at the moment until I'll figure something a bit different out. And these here for your trigger positioners sort of thing. So you'll see where these go when I show you the controller. This is the battery that comes with it as well, if you can read that. So we'll plug all this in, and yeah, we'll see how we go, and that's your charger just there. So let's open her up, and it does come with 2 receivers as well. So as you can see, I've modified it. That's my second receiver there. I just thought I'll put it in there so I won't lose it, because they are very small. And there is my beautiful controller. Very, very, very happy on how this feels. As you can see, it's full of fingerprints already. I just couldn't help myself. Even this here's a button. At the end, you've got little toggle switches here. And it says it just there. So yeah, very, very happy with this. So we'll start with putting the battery in. So the bottom just slides off. You get this little red plug, just pop it in like so, and then this here will just all wind up, and now it's in there. And now we'll turn her on. So you want to zoom this out a bit. And there it is there. So I'll move the camera to in front of me so you can actually have a look as well. So with this here, I'm going to see it just here. So this here, so if I go to menu, comes up with all your options there. So as you can see, you got your system menu, your model menu, linkage. So if I go say linkage, and if I go receiver, then I could turn my telemetry. I could turn this on and off here. See how it's off? Because there's no light. Sorry, it's on. So there's no light. When I turn it off, there's a light, let you know it's off. That lights up all that section there. Some people let you race with telemetry on. Some people won't let you race it. So that's why I left mine off, just in case. With the receiver ID, just an idea with that there is just be careful. Because the one I have in this box just here, it's got a different number on the side of it. Where that number, say just here, as you can see, that number there is a bit different than what's actually in my controller, so I wouldn't bind up with this one here. It only binds up with the one in my car at the moment. So I had to swap them over and just figure that part of it out as well, which that's really not a biggie. So acceleration, so we'll do a few changes here. So I won't worry about it. So when you want to go back, you press this middle button here. And that goes all the way back to there. So if I press that there, now where did I get into before? If I press that, no. I got into something before where, see how all this here, I've changed the whole section, top section. Accessories, here we go. There we go, home screen. So if I press that and go, press normal, now I've got options here. So when I press instrument panel 1, if I go back, so pressing that, it changes it to that. Just that top section there. So you can actually use it with on the car and whatever else. So if I go to menu again, go to accessories, go across, go to home screen again, instrument panel, if I go 2, get out of it again, press that middle button, changes it to that one. They're all the same, I think, but they're just all slightly different, if that makes any sense. I think I'll try 3. I think I just did 2. So I'll just go back again. Yeah, so you've got this one here. So that's if you're running like sensors and all that type of thing. This will give you a reading on what everything's running, like temperature and speed and all that type of thing. I don't think I'll be running sensors on mine at the moment, not until I figure this out more. But this does have what I want it to do, and I'll be showing you very soon why this is so important to me. And then that there, which I think that there looks pretty cool. So it tells you all your batteries and stuff like that. Still tells you your speed, everything else. So if I get out of that, I'll change it back to the standard one. So I press down there, press up here, press instrument 4, go to instrument 1, go back. No, sorry. I must have to go back to normal. So if I go that, like I said, I'm still trying to learn with this one here. So if I press normal, yep, there you go. So it's back to normal. And I did change the name on the very top of it, as you can see here, drag. So at least I know what it is. It is a four like channel on your receiver. But where's the? I'll see if I can show you is model select. There you go. This will give you an idea. This is how many models you can have on this one controller. So you can have 40 models on this one controller, and you can press whatever model you want at the time. So when I go back, I got drag. So model 2 could be a drift car. Model 3 could be a boat. Model 4 could be whatever you want it to be. And keep going on from there. So then you press this here to get out of it again. Now what I've done, this is what I really wanted this controller for. Not many people have touched base on this very much, but this is sort of why I really wanted this controller in a way, but I wasn't too sure if it had it. So, just excuse my voice is a bit dry as I drink. Bit of Coke. Yeah, I don't know if I felt like Coca-Cola for just then. My goodness, these are funny taste in my mouth. See this here, these 3 buttons here? You can actually program each one of these buttons to do something different. So I've got mine like this, which I might change that. I've got this one here where I can adjust by trigger, my goodness. And this is the one that I want. So that one there, if I go back, and if I go, I think it's menu, or is it the other one? Is it that one there? See how it's got speed there? So if I click on speed, throttle, this is where it happens. See this here. Now, oh, bloody hell. Sorry guys, bloody thing stuck to my arm, this bit of plastic that it's on. So see this here? This is what I really wanted this for. So as you can see, I'll try to light it up a bit. There we go. So this here, see at the very bottom here, see the throttle? Just here. That's flat. That's flat. That's how fast my reaction is. So if you look at this somehow, that's flat. That's flat. If you can see, oh my, this thing is lit up. So flat, if you can see my finger, it goes dead flat. Same with that blue line. Now, what I really wanted this for is just say low. So if I press 100%, now at the bottom, it comes up as this. So if I press this and say go down to, say 40%, argument's sake, right? Now watch when I press it flat. Boom. See? So it actually takes us time now. And that's holding it dead flat. Like if you can see that in my finger. So if you really wanted to, you can go the middle range. You can drop that down to say 60%. So you just say one day you're using the track and it's like 30 odd degrees outside, nice and warm. And then when you have the race day, it's 25. And you can't get the right hookup because you're still running too much power through your motor and ESC and all that, and you haven't got time to change it. Well, this is where you'd probably change it. Only because it's an easy way to do it. You can adjust how much you want the launch. You can adjust how much you want it to cut in, which I'll show you all that as well. But this here, you are trying to hold it flat now. See how it takes that little bit longer past both sections now before it takes off in the red. So realistically, if I really wanted to, I could press the red here and I could drop that down to nothing. And you watch how slow it goes. See how it's even slower now. Or you just go to reset. Yes, 100%. Takes off again. This is what I wanted for my drag car. So at least at the end of the day, I can just hold it flat. And my controller will do the work, saying a little bit, 20%, 80%, 100%. It does all that type of work for you. Now, within saying that though, I'll reset these only because I haven't tested this yet, which I'll be mainly programming this controller to run with my drag car without it. As you've seen with my last video, it kept spitting out. It was just, I couldn't lower that other one any more than what it was lowered. It wouldn't let me. Like, it wasn't as advanced as this Futaba 10PX. Like, this here is, for me, this here is the bee's knees, to be dead set honest. Absolutely love it. So with this here, you've got 66% at 0.2 and 30% at 0.1. If you press 30%, watch the green. So if you don't want a lot of green taken off, all you need is just that little bump to get going. Well, maybe run it at 14% and then run your middle at 66% and then run your top end. But if you don't want to run too much middle and you want to have more, your green can take over the whole lot. So you don't need none of the other ones. So if I go back down to 30% for my green, that's where I was at. Like so. And then press. So now my 0.2 is at 100%. Where before, if you can't really remember what it was, just press reset. Boom. And that's how it was, 60%. So now with that point there, you could have less middle section. You could have less and more top speed over the high, like midway to the back end of the race. So it kicks in a bit earlier. But if your gearing's not set up to run that far, you could always make sure you have a little bit more of a middle section than the top section sort of thing. So you're not going to run out of gearing or run out of top end speed, if that makes sense. This is what I really wanted to play with when I take my drag car out again. This is what I've been waiting for, is this beautiful controller here. That's the smaller wheel on it. Where those drop down bits here, I'll show you now. These here, there's instructions in the book, shows you how to pull all this apart. And you can actually put the lower arms in however low you want to do it. I'm thinking about putting a lower arm in, like one of these here. Just not as low. That's what I'm thinking about doing, because it's a bit high for me. I like it just sitting a bit lower. So that's going to be my next job, is pull it all apart and do all this. I'll probably do it off camera because, yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking, to say the least. These little bits here, I showed you, go in here. Right there. So you can actually adjust how long you want those little fingers to sit out for the arm sort of thing. So you can have them a bit longer or a bit shorter if you want, just so your finger sits a bit better underneath. Has a lot of switches on them on this thing here, a lot of paddle shifters. Then you got the ones on the bottom here too. Yeah, but we'll get back to all that. But yeah, this is what I really wanted this for. I'll reset this back to the start. So yeah, this is what I wanted it for, is now I can control the performance of my drag car over 132 feet. I can make it launch as hard or as soft as I want. So if I know I don't have the right hookup on that day, I could always come to this section here and always drop my power off the start. So if I'm running, say, 30%, just say now, and I'm losing traction, something bad, like just with a few test runs, I'll go back to this and maybe drop it down to, say, 20 until I pick up traction, and then start working my way up little intervals like 0.1, like 1, 2, whatever you're going to do. So it'd be like, say, 21 or 22, 24, 25, just depending on when you're going to get the right hookup or when you start losing a bit of traction. But I'm just saying, like, that's just saying if I left it at 30, I'm not getting the right hookup, I'll drop it down to probably 20 and give it a go. But if you're running the starting off at, 70, 80, well, try it out. Just see how you go. Like I said, I haven't programmed this yet to run this car. This is what I'm going to be playing with next time I take my car out. I want to get that GNSS working properly, so then I can do a proper test run with the 81 spur 23 pinion. Give that a proper run, see the speed, and use this here. Then I'll change it to what I want to change it to next. I think it's the 2269. I think I want to run just to give it a go. But yeah, this thing here is absolutely unbelievable. I have been playing around with it quite a bit. So if I get back out of all this, now what I've done is actually program that for here. So if I press the first one, it's there. If I go throttle speed, it's there. Instant. So I don't have to go through my menu and set it all up. Now, asking me how I did that, well, that's a different bloody story, because I just can't remember now. General reverse. No, sub-trim. So I've done my endpoints already. See, even acceleration, you've got a choice there as well. Fail safe, it's on there. You could do, this thing here is like, has everything you ever need in a controller and more, to be dead set honest. And I know Futuba's not paying for any of this, but this product is unbelievable, this controller. Like, I could not explain how good it is. See, you've even got gyro link there. So if you're drifting and stuff like that and you want to muck around with that, you can. Yeah, lap timer, or lap lift, sorry. Timer. That home ESC, that's acceleration. That's there. That's what's down here. That's what's down here now. That's what I've put down here. So that there. So the ESC 1 is my speed. ESC 2 is a throttle mode. And ESC 3 is my trim dial select, which I probably want to change them eventually. But at the moment, all I really want is my speed at 1, and that's how I've left it. So that's what I pressed here, home, ESC, button settings. And then you can choose whatever you want on here. So all that there, you got calibration. If I go back, actually, if I close that. So if I press ESC, what would I want to replace? I'll go 3, ESC 3. Right, so if I go close, if I go back out of all this, I'll show you what's on ESC 3, just so we know. So that's it there. Trim dial select, that's ESC 3. Okay, so if I go back out of that, go to menu, go to accessories, go to that, and then go press ESC 3. This is what I'm going to be putting on ESC 3. So LED sound, battery, display. Yeah, I would not know what I want in there. Like, what would I use? That's what I'm trying to think of. What would I use if I'm sort of racing or drag racing? Probably be, it'd probably be the, your steering. You're adjusting for your steering, like your servo. So if it's slightly out, you can actually straighten it up. But where would that be? Rollout chart, gear ratio chart. Where would it be? Just bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to find it. You're probably already yelling at the screen going, it's just there, you freaking missed it, you're blind. I probably would have. Servo update, no. So if I... Where would that be? I reckon it would probably be... Channel setting, steering mixing. We'll see what that's like. So steering mixing is 3 now. So if I go back to that, press 3, there you go. That's your steering mixing. Just there. So don't ask me exactly what that does. A lot of people will be able to tell you. You'll probably be able to tell me. But like I said, I'm still trying to learn. I'm going to see if... where would that be? I'm just trying to find the steering... Wouldn't be rollout chart. Wouldn't be curvature. Wouldn't be endpoints. Sub-trim? Yes, sub-trim. For your steering and for forward and brake. So it's sub-trim. So if I go back. So if I click on that. Ooh. Oh, wrong thing. Click on that. Click on that. Click on that. Click on that. And look for sub-trim. Just there. So if I click on sub-trim's there now. So if I go back, now I'm back at the start. So now that's 1. That's my throttle. How I can adjust all that. You do have the steering speed as well, which it's all turned up. I have done my endpoints. I'll show you my endpoints in a minute. So if I press 2, which will be that, and then 3 will be that. My sub-trim. Just like that. And it's saved on them 3 buttons. So it's like a, you can just, not override it, but you can actually get into it a lot quicker than trying to go through all the options and trying to figure it out that way. I'll show you I think I'm in the wrong one here. That one. Oh, where's the endpoints? Sorry guys, I'm looking through the camera, looking through the camera as well, trying to do this. That's why I'm lifting it up and down all the time instead of me looking underneath. So as you can see here, I've done my endpoints. Left side 73, right side 67. And I've done it to the point where I can turn the wheel and then the wheel stops turning. But the servo still turns very minimal. So I've sort of taken that little bit of extra play out of the servo. So once the wheel's fully turned, say like that, right? I've taken the slack of the servo, because the servo's trying to move it more, but it won't. So when it's at max like that, I normally take it back just a bit. And same with the opposite side, just so then it's not fully maxed out and the steering's not fully maxed out either. So that's why it's at like that. I don't know if everyone has theirs set up evenly, but mine always turn out oddballs, I suppose. Can't get them dead on even all the time. So that's what I do that for there. So you always press this middle button to go back. And you're back to the start. So, but for me, this controller is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely love it. You could even buy aluminium throttle or triggers, because you can replace all inside of here as well. It tells you in the menu. There's buttons absolutely everywhere and switches, and yeah. Just Don't even know what half of it does just yet. Like I said, I've not long had it. It's not long come in. I've been talking about it, yes. I didn't want to tease what I was getting. And yeah, the place I purchased it from was in Sydney. And yeah, I bought it and it pretty much came the next day. That's how quick the delivery was. It was absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, I could not be happier. If you want to know the name of the place, I think it's RC. What is it? RC Hobbyland in Sydney. I think that I bought it from. But yeah, if you want to know where I got it from, I'd recommend them with their postage. It is very, very, very quick, like unbelievably quick. Purchased it, say on a Tuesday, and it was here by the Wednesday. That's how fast it was, Wednesday afternoon. So, oh no, sorry. Purchased it Tuesday night. Purchased it Tuesday night, it was here Thursday. Damn it. Just spilled my drink. Yeah. So very, very, very happy with the postage. And yeah, very easy service. So, but there's a lot of buttons here. I'm not sure what they do. Now with the charging, since this is not a LiPo battery, it says in the manual clearly, do not charge the LiPo battery through that port. Right there. That's your charging port there for the battery that's in here that comes with the controller. Do not charge LiPo through that because you will stuff your whole controller up and probably blow it up. So this here's fine to be charged. I think it's the NIMAH battery, the nickel. I can't pronounce it, but yeah. So you just plug it in there, plug into the power point, and it will charge automatically in here with it plugged in. Do not charge your LiPo like that. Please do not do that. Your LiPo has to be charged out of the controller. I'm just saying that now, like it's all through my manual. And I did get a short manual. It says it here. The normal manual's like 250 pages. But yeah, this one here, it's actually like really good. Clear pictures. Easy to read instructions. This is how to change your steering. Disconnecting wires. And also you can change this from left to right hand as well. Speaking of that. So you can, if you're left-handed, you can change this whole lot here. Take the whole lot off. And you can sit it over here and swap that whole piece on the opposite side. And you can actually have it left-handed if you're left-handed, which it's awesome as well. And you do have a choice as well. You do have an extra piece there where you can actually have the handle, if you like it, kicked out on a bit of an angle, bit of a different angle. You've got that option too. So, yeah, within saying that now, I've got this. Yeah, let's start doing some really awesome testing. Start getting some good track times happening, and hopefully sooner than later we'll be actually up and out racing and seeing how we go with performance-wise. Like I said, though, that the next thing I'll be doing is taking all this out. Probably the next time you see it, you'll probably see. I'm probably going to go this size here. I don't want it too low, which that's going to be way low. I'll prefer for the little bit lower one, not by much. I've got to have a feel and see. But like I said, once I do all that, we'll be out racing, testing, and hopefully putting down some really good times. That's the plan. I'll be ecstatic before I do any alterations on the ESC and the timing and boost and all that on the ESC and motor can there. I'd be happy if I was getting low 2 seconds. I know it's probably going to be hard fetch to get that. I know, like some of these really good brands, they're probably not getting sub 2 seconds without doing any adjustments, but I want to try to push to get my, just my gearing and all that down packed, where I'm happy to the speed I'm getting without adjusting anything else, and then working from just the speed of the gearing to start playing with my motor and ESC and checking temps and doing it that way. Then doing all my timing and boost and then trying to play with my gearing to match. I just don't think it's a wiser idea. But like I said, I'm just snowballing some ideas. This is what I'm thinking. Like I said, no way in hell I'm 100% a professional in this drag race scene. I'd love to be, because I'll be quick, but you've got to start somewhere with anything and everything, don't you? And at the moment, this is what I'm going to start doing. Start putting all my time and effort into being faster and better, and hopefully start making it to some drag meets. Like they do have one in Queensland. Melbourne have their races too, and Sydney and all that, and hopefully do a little bit of a run around if I start getting some good speed happening, and yeah, throw down some good times and meet some new people and have some fun. So, but yeah, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it, which I really do, because I absolutely love this controller. I really do love this controller. I've said it like 10 times and I'll say it again. I love this controller. But yeah, hopefully we'll get out there soon. Turn it off. Done. All off. So hopefully we'll get out soon and start using this, so we can so we can start throwing some really good competitive times down. I might be thinking about putting the bigger wheel on. Not too sure. That's the bigger wheel there, and this little section here is for when you use a different battery too. Just that little bit that sits underneath here when you use smaller battery or bigger battery, that goes in there. So, but yeah, all right. That's all for this video. I told you I've got a controller hopefully coming soon, and yeah, she turned up. So thanks for watching. Thank you for all the subscribes. Yeah, if you're interested in this video, interested in drag racing, please subscribe. There's going to be a lot of testing and all that going on very soon. I've just got to try to find time between now and having days off work to be able to take my car out. School holidays are finished, so the kids are going back to school on Wednesday, which they'll probably free up when I do have a day off or something. At least I might be able to get out in the morning and do a few test hits and timing, and you know, without having to worry about the kids getting bored pretty quick. And even try them rear tyres, the bigger rear tyres, see if it makes a bit of a difference for traction. So, but yeah. All right, thank you for everyone subscribing, watching. If you know anyone that likes this type of video, please share it, and I will see you on another video. Bye.